At this point, we've convincingly created the presence of a wild bear as an unseen force affecting the drama of the scene. But I think we can do a little bit better. I think we can take this even further and make certain that the pacing and the escalation in the scene really feels good in light of its new additions. So to improve on our scene a bit, we're going to use a bit of picture cross-cutting and perform a few nips and tucks, making everything flow as smoothly as possible. The problem I'm having is that we establish the bear's presence early on, when OB first goes outside. Then we cut back inside and spend a relatively long amount of time with the dinner table conversation. That's all great, but it feels like we're kinda losing track of the bear by the time OB comes charging back into the lodge at the end. Essentially, what we're trying to create here is a parallel narrative, with the bear stalking OB outside, while the other characters have their discussion inside. To accomplish that, we'll just need to do some cross-cutting. Or, more simply put, we just need to rearrange a couple shots, bouncing back and forth between outside and inside. If we can do that, I think we'll be good to go. So in these first 3 outside shots, where we see OB leave the cabin to dump the guns, I think there's an opportunity to split them up. Let's leave the first shot as he walks outside and we hear the bear yell. And we'll also leave the second shot as we see him dump the guns into the outhouse. But let's take this third shot where OB starts walking back to the cabin and we hear the bear's footsteps, and we'll move it all a little bit later, somewhere in the middle of the dinner table conversation. Let's see where it might work.
What about hanging a woman?
Well, until they invent a trigger a woman can't pull, if you're a hangman, you're going to hang women.
Okay, so I spotted a good location for a break. Here, after the hangman has made his point about hanging women,
If you're a hangman, you're going to hang women.
and the sheriff says that he's never looked at it like that before,
Well, hell, I guess I ain't never looked at it like that before.
that's a natural place to cut away from their conversation. I'm going to put this together pretty quickly, since cross-cutting isn't meant to be a detailed focus of this particular course. However, I do want to show you what's possible here by rearranging our cut. So, let's start off by opening up the cut during the dinner table conversation. Now, let's grab our simulated bear POV shot and move it down into its new home. And let's go ahead and close up the hole from where it used to be. That feels a little rough, so I'm going to use a wind gust to transition from the outside outhouse shot back into the lodge, which I'll fade out gradually.
So dumb.
Nice. Now let's close up the space and smooth out the section of the cut where we moved our bear POV shot. Alright, so the cut from inside to the outside, right after the sheriff says, "I guess I hadn't looked at it like that before," feels a little abrupt, and it isn't quite working.
Well, hell, I guess I ain't never looked at it like that. Well, hell, I guess I ain't never looked at it like that.
I'd also like to quicken the pace in this section as we near the climax of the scene. To accomplish both these things, I'm just going to remove his line entirely.
A hangman, you're going to hang women.
Don't you feel just the least little bit about hanging a woman?
Well, until they invent a trigger a woman can't pull, if you're a hangman, you're going to hang women.
Okay, that feels a little bit better. One last thing I'll do to this section here is add a slow camera zoom to the shot. Since it almost looks like we're actually viewing the world from the bear's POV, let's add a slow push in from 100% to 120% to reinforce that notion and add some extra tension. This is a subtle effect, and you may have a hard time noticing it. But if you look at the black mat, you'll be able to more clearly see the zoom that we've added.
Hang women.
Nice. Now we'll add a new mat to the whole cut so that this resize isn't distracting. Better. And last, let's just take a little bit of the film score and bring it in very subtly around the area of our new crosscut. The music does a nice job further building the tension as we lead into the climax where the bear attacks and OB bursts through the door into the lodge. Notice how it comes on and then rises and falls with the picture as we move between environments.
You feel just the least little bad about hanging a woman?
Well, until they invent a trigger a woman can't pull, if you're a hangman, you're going to hang women.
When it comes to some of them mean bastards out there, it's the only thing does the job. You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Very nice. I think we could get away with playing this dry without any music as in the original cut, but it does add a nice feeling of drama to the moment given what we've added to the scene. Okay, so let's summarize what we've done here. First, we changed the order of the shots. Originally, we started inside, then had 3 outside shots in a row, followed by a long stretch of time in the cabin, until then finally OB burst through the door. Now, we start inside, go outside for 2 bear stalking shots, come back into the cabin for a bit of the discussion, pop back outside for another stalking shot, and then finally cut again back into the cabin, where we sit for a few beats before OB bursts in during the bear attack. This cross-cutting back and forth between inside and outside keeps the bear feeling present in the drama. Second, we keyframed a picture zoom on the outside bear POV shot from 100% to 120% to simulate a slow push in and add some tension to the moment. And third, we added a bit of film score to help highlight the attack and accent the climax of the scene. Alright, so next, after all these adjustments, let's watch everything again and see if we've improved our cut. Coming up in the next lesson, we'll review our newly edited scene and evaluate how everything turned out. Alright, I'll see you in a bit.